So 4, 4. Everyone do it together. That will be your beneficial. When you breathe in with your stomach. Your stomach should come out. And when you breathe out slowly. Don't breathe out, don't blow the candle, okay? Breathe in slow and breathe out slow, okay? When you breathe out, you can breathe out with your nose, you can breathe out with your mouth. But when you breathe in with your nose. Why? Because the air goes through your sinuses, okay, the cheekbones, and it humidates your air, okay? So, Saranya, what should we do next? So, good. Thank you, Malvika. So, we do the rectangle breathing, okay? Everyone with me? Actually, I need it more today, right? So, the long will be breathe in and short will be breathe out. So what is happening? Everyone first understand again. Okay. So when you breathe in more, so you are taking more oxygen and producing more carbon dioxide equally. And when you breathe out less, you are retaining your carbon dioxide, right? So when you retain your carbon dioxide, your blood will have bicarbonate. It will go to your midbrain. It will stimulate your respiration deep. Okay, so it will increase the depth of your respiration. It will reduce the rate of your respiration. So what is the meaning of this? Which system is getting activated? Correct. Midbrain parasympathetic system is getting activated. And we want to calm down. We need parasympathetic system as activated. Right? Good. Very good. So parasympathetic is a one word. Parasympathetic system or vagus nerve. So another way of activating the vagus nerve is diaphragmatic breathing. So when you take a deep breath with your stomach, so stomach comes out, diaphragm goes below, it itself activates your vagus nerve. It itself calms you down. It neutralizes your stress hormones. It reduces your heart rate. It reduces your pumping force of the heart. It reduces your it increases the depth of respiration and it reduces your uh, rate of respiration. Okay. So there are scenarios when longer exhale is beneficial. Malvika, very good question. Okay. So there is in the book, there is one mention of 4-4-6. Okay. What will happen in 4-4-6? You take 4, breathe. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You breathe in for 4. Then you hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. You exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there is a problem. Those who have prone for headache, those who are having migraine, okay, someone who has epilepsy, they should not do 4-4-6. One. Second, you can do this before sleeping to induce your sleep, 4-4-6. So longer exhale is beneficial, but sometimes it can cause headache in some people. So better is less exhale, right? 3-5-2, 4-4 equal or rectangle. Rectangle is very easy. When you have a client who is anxious, thoughts are running and everything. So if you do rectangle breathing, that calms the person down very easy. So when you get a client who is anxious, who is depressed, not talking much, relatives are brought the client, relatives are giving you history. So you want to break the ice. How will you break the ice? Number one, you will watch the video history taking from the channel. Today itself, I have shared you the link, right? Number one step. In that, there are 2-3 questions. In 15 minutes, you asked, and you um, break the ice with those questions. Okay. So, what are these 3-4 questions? You will watch the video after this class today. Okay. Don't wait for watching that video tomorrow, because after that, then you will get busy in Diwali, vacations, all those things. Right. Good. So when you have a client, after you ask them their name, qualification, their profile, what they have been doing, what is happening, all those few questions, when you do rectangle breathing, they open up to you. Okay. Because they were so much anxious, they were not able to talk, they were overwhelmed, they had some fear talking to a stranger. Right. So that breaks. So you do rectangle breathing. To do rectangle breathing with them, you can take this same book, or you can take a painting which you have done, right? Then you can show them, see, this is the painting my mentor has done. Okay. So you want to do rectangle breathing here, or you want to do rectangle breathing here. So this question helps. Okay. Especially if it is a child. Child is not talking as a counselor. Child is afraid. When you say, okay, see, this is a painting, real painting, and you want to do rectangle breathing here or here, the child will say some answer, right? Yeah. So that breaks the ice. Now the child has started talking. Then you do rectangular breathing with the child. Okay. So breathe in. Everyone do. Yes. So there are some people who are sitting like this. So sit with your back supported, feet supported. Right. Back should be straight and feet supported. Preferably your feet should not touch the ground. Yes. Good, Tina. Yes. So you will, if you want, you can do with the client together. Especially if it is a child client, you want to give a demo that yes, I'm feeling better now, so that then the child will follow you, right? So you can do 1 or 2 times with the child. Then you can like just rotate your finger, the child will follow you. Okay. So initially, how will we do when it is a child? So what I have done, when I was moving this finger like this, I was taking breathe in, and here I was breathing out. When I breathe in, my stomach comes out, right? So we'll do now together. We'll do together. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we do slowly. Breathe in. Very good. You are saying breathe out. Very good, child. Very good. So what we are done, we have gone with the sequence. Okay, especially when it is a child. We have done the demo. Then we said breathe in, breathe out. Then we stopped doing breathing, saying breathe in, breathe out. Right. The child is now focused. Okay. Child is following your instruction. Have you noticed, like those of you are who are primary teachers? So if the all children, they are like all doing some naughty stuff, they are running here, there. What you do typically, you start with okay, do this, clap your hands. You ask, you make them follow you. So subconsciously, while following you, they start listening to you, right? And then after you doing all these things, then you say that okay, now you do this assignment, or you read ABCD, write ABCD, right? So that's what is happening here. So you are opening up the child. You are asking the child to follow my instructions, and the child is now following. Then you ask, tell me, how's everything? So how are the things at the school? Who's your favorite teacher? Who's your friend? Which is your favorite subject? Why? Which is your bad teacher? Why she's bad teacher? Does she scolds you? How are the scenarios at the home? Which one you like more? Father, mother? How is their behavior? Yeah, my mother used to scold me, so I like less likely like her. Then she says, yeah, my mother beat me yesterday, right? So there is a history coming up. Okay. So, but Okay, so is your father visits you at the school? Okay, does someone comes to you when there is a gathering or to pick up and drop or something? How you go? So what is happening is you are opening the child slowly. Okay, right? Starting from their world. What is their world? School, teacher, bad teacher, good teacher, subject, friend, or someone who I don't like, right? Good. So you're engaging. Okay. And then they start opening up and you understand what is the problem, where is the problem area, right? Whether it's at home, whether it is at school, right? So if the child is coming to you, always remember the parent is your client, not the child, right? Because the sometimes you need to counsel the parents most of the times 80% of the time when you have a child as a client, so you need to tell the parent what are the things you should do, what are the things you should not do, and what is happening. Sometimes some students ask me questions, sir, I have got a child client. Now their parents child has disclosed me something and parents want to know what I discuss. It is their right to ask that question. And it is your duty as a child counselor to tell them that these are the things. Okay. Irrespective, this child or teenager tells you, no, no, don't tell my parent. Okay. So you tell the parent that she has told me not to tell you, but you have to keep it confidential. Otherwise, she will lose trust both on us, right? But this is a scenario. You are not a parent to the child. Okay. If something action is required to be done, you are not going to do it. It is at the end parents who are going to do. And remember who is going to pay you the fees. Okay. Don't forget that a child is not your client. The parents are the client. They have brought their child for assistance. So parent is the client. Not only in money ways, but also there are some action required to be done. The child is not going to do anything. Okay. So whatever it is, bad thing, good thing, or it is something about parent, the child complaints, you have to tell. Okay. So thankfully we are not in UK or US. So one of the case, very famous case, few years back, there was an IT couple in UK, and they had a child. The child went to the school one day, and he realized that, oh my God, he got a B. Okay, B grade, B marks. Then he tells the teacher, please give me A plus. And teacher is like, no, you did not do well. I cannot give you. So the child says, no, if I go with B, my mother will beat me. The child never went to home. The child went to child care center directly from the school. And parents never got to meet the child in their life next time. Never ever. Okay. They lost the child custody. And subsequently, after 1.5 years of battle, the child custody was given to the grandparents of the child, not to the parents. Okay, so thankfully you are not in UK, you are in India, so we don't have such law. Okay, and anyways, you don't want the child to go child care center because you know what is the problem with that. Yeah, government child care center. Okay, very good. Okay, that was a real scenario, Malvika. What is the name of the movie? Okay, the movie name is that. Okay, very good. So people can watch those who are interested. Any question till now? Okay. Now the child is going to ask you sometimes, see, I will tell you secret, but you don't tell my parents. What will you say to the child? So Radha has asked another question. We'll take that up, right? So you tell the child, yes, you can tell me. Okay. See, I'm a counselor. Your parents have hired me. Okay. I will not tell something that is not required to be told to them. Okay. So, but ideally, you should tell what is troubling you. You should tell. See, I'm a third person. I'm a stranger to you. If you tell me, I can tell you what are the steps you should do. But at the end, your parents should know, and you have to tell the parents at some stage. So I will leave that to you. I will give this freedom to you when you want to tell the parents. Okay. Why don't we do one thing? You and me we discuss for today, and then we decide whether we you want to disclose and how do you want to put in front of your parents. right? So what is happening is there are two things. Number one, you are not lying to the child. Number two, you are encouraging the child to tell to the parents. Number three, you are getting the truth. Okay, you are not saying that you go and tell your parent. You are saying that we discussed now, you discuss with me, then we decide whether you and how you should put it to your parent. Okay, so most likely at the end of this discussion, at the end of the disclosure the child gives you, the child will say, actually, I'm afraid to tell my parent. Can you tell the parent? So your work is solved. Yeah. So understand the psychology of the child. Okay. So then the child is open to tell. So before the child tells, you call the parent and tell this is the scenario. The child is going to up and open up. So how you should react? Tell the parents what they should do, what they should not do. Otherwise, they're like, huh? Huh? Wait, where is my sleeper? so so you have to tell or you have to educate the parents what are the things they should do or not do. Yeah. Okay, we will take questions. Radha is asking if the parents are reluctant, how do we open up them? If the parents are reluctant, they will not come to you. That is a hypothetical question. Okay, you are a counselor. A parent who wants help, needs help, they will come to you and pay the fees for your help. Right? If someone doesn't want to talk, they are not going to come to you. Saujanya is saying, what if the parent says my child is resisting to come to next session? You cannot force the child. Parents cannot force the child and the child will not come. Now, in this scenario, there are two options. Okay. First, you ask why it has happened. Okay. Number one, if someone is not a good counselor, someone is not a diplomatic counselor in front of the child, okay, right, then the child doesn't want to come. There are like counselors. Tell me what happened. Yeah. Oh, who is your parent? Stupid. What? Okay. So get out. You should work in Domino's or maybe outside the police station. Okay. You are not good to be child counselor. So you have to appear diplomatic, you have to have a smile, you have to appear friendly rather than looking as a child counselor, rather than looking as a doctor who is going to give medicine or injection. You have to act as like a didi, or elder sister, or elder brother, okay, to the child. So that child is open to you. Okay. So if child is able to talk to you, it is very less likely that next time the child will resist to come to the next session. Okay. Number two, you should give something to the child. Something means what is the problem? So to solve the problem, you give them realistic scenario. Okay. So maybe a breathing exercise you're taught. Okay. You have done breathing exercise with them. Number two, if someone is bullying in this class, right? I will give one easy example. One day my daughter came to me and she said that, Papa, you come to school. I said, I will come to school, but tell me what happened. Probably you can solve by yourself. She said, the boy behind me pulls my pony. So I told her, you tell this boy, hey, hi, your mother called me that day and she said, you do pee pee in the bed. So bad boy, don't do next time. Ah, so this is a psychological warfare, right? I don't want my daughter to fight physical fight with that boy. I don't want to fight her battle. I can go talk to the teacher and complain. That is very petty, right? What I'm equipping her with a tool. Okay. When you grow older or you are a younger, when a boy troubles you, you destroy that boy. If the mother comes crying to you, mother comes crying to the teacher will scold the mother. You educate your son better, right? If you trouble a girl, the girl is going to destroy you. If you try to protect your son right now, when he grows older, he is going to trouble more girls. People will beat him. So it's good. This daughter has done very good, girl child has done good thing to your son, right? So educate your son better rather than doing this. Tell him how to respect, tell him not to pull the pony of the girls in the class, right? The teacher will tell. And if it is required, obviously you can also go there, right? So not required. So in my experience, that turned out to be very well. So no boy does that again. Now, not to any other girl also in the class. Okay. So sometimes the child comes to you and says that when you ask how's your school, how's your class, or how's your friend, who don't you like? Sometimes the child comes and says that actually, there is a girl in my class and she behaves very like this. She thinks that she is the super and all these things. And that day I brought blueberries and she asked me whether I can take my blueberries. I said, no, no, get out. Okay. So here you can again tell the child, yeah, what you did is actually correct. You don't want to fight. Yeah, you don't want to challenge, but you want to correct. So what I said is that next time, if someone who is not your friend comes to you for a blueberry or anything you have, okay, share with them and tell them, next time you behave well with me. Okay. Next time, if your friend, her friend, or his friend, if that boy is troubling me, you protect me. So what you have done, right? So instead of teaching her that the fight to fight, tit for tat, you have converted an enemy into a friend. You have said, yes, you take this, and next time you behave well with me. Number one, that I'm making enemy to converting to friend. Number two, I'm converting an enemy or a bully to my protector. Yeah. And next time you don't be bad with me. That day you all were making fun of me. I don't do that. You take this, okay, blueberry. And next time if some other boy does that with me, you come and protect me. Wow. So what you're done, you're converted a bully to your friend. One blueberry. Good, and it works. You try this next time. Okay. Don't teach your child, no, no, it's good. You did not share your chocolate with the child. Okay. Right. How many of you like this idea? So three things you learned. One is don't have a physical fight. Okay. Have a psychological warfare. Right. Destroy a boy who's troubling you. Okay. Number two, how to convert enemy to a friend. Number three, how to convert bully into a protector. So the child has learned something from you, and the next time the child has some problem, the child will tell your parent, her or his parent, say that I want to talk to that Didi. I want to talk to Dr. Mittal. He gave me very good advice what I should do. Yeah. So the parent will tell you. If the parent doesn't want to bring the child next time, it means either parent did not like you or the child did not like you. And you have to keep the parent in the loop. Okay, you cannot say, no, no, I'm an ethical counselor. I will not disclose what the child has disclosed me. Hey, get out, stupid. That child belongs to that parent, not to you. And you are not going to fight to world for you, that child. Okay, they are the one who are going to manage. Yeah. So, and it is unethical to hold that knowledge. Yeah. Okay, Sri Lakshmi has asked a very interesting question, whether the child is telling truth or not. How do we know? We have to assume that the child is telling the truth. You cannot question that or counter that. We assume that child is telling the truth. Okay. So, and you have to give them solution accordingly. What about, Tina has asked, what about with the adult? What approach helps to make them open up? Okay. So good question, Tina. We'll do that in one of the, probably today itself. Okay. Up to what age we can convey parents everything that what child has told? Okay. Preeti, very interesting question. Up to what age we should convey to the parents what child has told? Okay. As long as the parents are paying the fees. End of story. It means the child is dependent on the parents. Correct? You pay me the fees, I will maintain complete confidentiality. I will not disclose to your spouse also. Okay. If your parents are paying the fees, so actually they are my clients, right? Okay. So you don't need to fight on this aspect. Okay. Ideally, you convince this child to disclose to the parent. If the child doesn't want to disclose, you keep quiet. But obviously, you will disclose to the parent. Very good, Mayura. That's why you are learning child counseling. So Mayura is asking if it is a small thing, but parents take it in a wrong way and they shout at the child what to do. You educate the parent. This is a good thing to do. This is a bad thing to do. This is a good parent. This is a bad parent. Okay. This is a good reaction. This is a bad reaction. Okay. Yes. So Rajni has asked another interesting question. If it is a teenager, should we disclose everything to the parent, whatever the teen has told? Yeah, though there are going to be some horrible stories. You also are going to get shocked as a teenage or adolescent counselor. And somewhere, if it is you think that that requires to be disclosed, you will disclose to the parent, or you encourage the child to disclose to the parent. Okay. So a teenager girl is pregnant and she discloses you. That's why that is the reason. So you cannot go with her to abortion center. Okay, right? So the mother has to do something now. Okay, if there is something else getting involved, if the boys are taking some drugs, boys are experimenting with something else, or there is some group, okay, you need to tell to the parent. Okay, even if you lose the client in this scenario, this extreme, there can be middle scenarios where even if you don't disclose to the parent, no harm is done. Now, there are two types of parents. Parents are like, okay, I want to know everything what my child has told. Yes, you have the right. I will tell you. Okay, I will also tell you what you should do next. I will also tell you what you should not do next. Okay. Now, there are parents, okay, it's okay if you don't want to disclose us what our child teenager has said, but we want something to come out. If it is related to some small things and all, not necessary to be disclosed, but you can still say that these are some minor things. If something big comes up in the story, I will tell you. As of now, nothing to be concerned. I have told some instructions, some modification to be done. Yeah. Good, Sarika. Yes, Barka, very good. Okay, so there is a question how to give confidence to the child with vitiligo who is not confident about his or her appearance, right? Very difficult question. Okay, very difficult scenario. So these scenarios can come when someone has some rash or white patches on the visible part of the body, or someone who is a fat child, okay, or someone who looks different because of some body deformity. Okay, so there are two approaches here. Okay, number one approach is what is the society for the child. Society for the child is the teacher and other children. Okay, you will manage them. Number two, you will manage this child. Okay, so when you are managing the society, you meet teacher individually and educate the teacher. See, the child has this scenario, and I'm afraid or I'm concerned that other children might bully or outcast. Okay, I request you to help that. Okay, also educate the teacher that vitiligo is not a contagious disease. It will not get transmitted. It is a hereditary disease, okay, or because of some genes, autoimmune disorder, right? Like rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, thyroid. Similarly is vitiligo. So it will not get transmitted to other children. For that, I can bring a certificate from my doctor. When you're going to meet the teacher, you should already bring that certificate. Okay, or some case study or some you can go to mayoclinic.com and all those things, right? You can bring the print of the page that it is not transmitted. That is a concern of the teacher. You have won the trust of the teacher now. Then you, um, whenever there is a social gathering event, okay, for example, birthday or some party, or if it is within the apartment, right? So you may have some religious festival where you ask the children to come to your place, or some event or some small party. Okay, that time you educate others. Okay, that please do not bully the child because it will hamper the confidence. Okay, see, everyone has some of the other things. So sometimes you may fall. When you fall, there is an injury and then you have some scar, right? But we don't bully you because everyone has gone through it. Okay, but there are some children who have this condition. Okay, that's why I want you to accept it. Now in this, 50% will be dropout. Okay, so 50% other children will say, no, 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 we want to stay away, because they go home, they talk to their parents, and the parents say, hey, stay away. Their 50% will be like that. Okay, there is acceptance. Okay, so what you have done is, instead of losing 100% battle, you have won the 50% battle. Correct? So the same principle, if you want to read more, there is a chapter in this book on this part, autism. Yeah. So there are 31 tips you should tell to the parent of other children if your child has autism. Right? There are 31 things you should tell to the other children, means friends of your child, if your child has autism. So it means whenever you have a special child, you have to educate other children. Okay. So there are going to be people who are dropouts. So they will not accept. There are going to be people who will accept. Okay. You don't want this non-acceptance people to influence your people, acceptors. Okay. So you want to maintain that strength. Okay. Yeah. So there are a few questions Leela, Kankana, and asked like, how do we know the child is telling the truth or not? Okay, if it is your own child and the child is lying to you, it means the parenting has gone wrong. Okay, the child does not trust you. I will, and if it is you are the counselor, you have to assume whatever the child is saying, it is the truth. When you maintain the trust on the child, slowly the child will disclose to you. Okay, as a parent, I will give you example. Okay, so why your child lies to you, right? Many people they experience this. I will tell you the example. Okay, child is young, toddler, playing, and the cup suddenly falls. It breaks. Suddenly you rush and you are shout. If there are two, three children, you shout, "Hey, who broke the cup or mug? I'm going to kill you." The child is like, "If I tell I broke the mug, I will be killed. I don't want to die." They don't know that you are going to probably scold or something, right? Or they are afraid of scolding also. Yeah. And if you say to a child, "I'm going to kill you," they really think that you are going to kill them. Okay. So uh, that is a start. Okay. Don't punish the truth. Right. Now, if the child, you ask the child when the child grows up, okay, you ask the child, how many hours have you watched mobile today? You come from the college or your office, you ask the child how many hours you watch, and the child says, I only watch 2 hours. Internally, 2 hours is not only actually I'm going to kill you, right? But you cannot say that. As soon as you scold the child, the next time the child will say, 10 minutes, no, 5 minutes. Depending on your reaction, not at all. Right? So they have learned to lie to escape the punishment. So don't punish the truth. You tell the child from the childhood that you do some mistake. It is going to happen, right? We all do mistakes, but I accept you. I still love you even if you do mistake. And if you tell me the truth, I will not punish you. Okay. I will tell you how to improvise. Right. So if you have watched 2 hours today, okay, now we focus on the studies, right? So now also when I was a child, I used to watch 2 hours, and that's why I have these pets now. Okay, so you are on the path to have pets, right? You don't need to lie to me, or you don't need to tell me the truth how many hours you watched. Okay, but you know what is going to be a future, right? And when you come home, then involve the child for some creative activity or for some homework, right? Don't tell the child, hey, you study, huh? You have to study. Ah, are you studying or not? Yeah, yeah, study. Yeah. What stupid. So you are engrossed in the phone and you are telling the child to study. So the child is not going to listen to you. So you have to sit with the child, make them study, or do some craft, whatever, some project or whatever things. Okay. You cannot say that you are tired from your job. You should leave that job. Or otherwise, your child is not going to listen to you. So Radha's case study we will take some other time. Sarika has asked an interesting question. While counseling, can we do the recording? Okay. It is not only unethical, but it is illegal actually to record someone without their consent. Okay. And if it is a child, you should never ever record. If it is a male counselor managing a female child or a male child, absolutely no. Okay. Parents will not like it. Okay. And if parents come to know and the child comes to know your recording, the trust is broken and they will put some review about you. They can do to any extent. Okay. So you should avoid recording the session There is no need. Okay. There is no need that you record the session and keep it somewhere or do some scientific research or something. There is nothing like that. Okay. So there is no need to record. So Dr. Shalini has asked an interesting question. What if the child complains about the parents? Yeah. So it's good if the child complains about the parent. So you ask more examples, more history, especially examples, right? The child is going to say vague statement. Mother is bad. Father did this. Father beat me. Mother beat me. And when you ask the history or the example, it was not a beating actually, right? So you can talk to the parents. Okay. So instead of saying the child has complained about you, you're not a police officer to say that. You can say the child has this concern that it has happened, this. With example, you have to say. You cannot give that vague statement. Parents will be like, hey, stupid, get out. What are you talking? We are the parents. We know how to manage our child. Huh? Hey, get out. We don't want you. Okay. So you tell the parent that the child has given me these examples. See, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to correct you. But I will tell you as a counselor, child counselor, what is a bad reaction and good reaction in this scenario. Okay. If you want to read, there are examples in the book for child counseling. What are the different good scenarios and bad scenarios with the different case studies or examples. Okay. So you should give both the scenarios to the parent. Good reaction, bad reaction. We will have that in future class also if you are not able to read. So Srilakshmi has asked another interesting question. Parents' expectation cannot be made by child for studies. What should we do? How to assure the child? Actually, you need to assure the parent actually. You are over expecting from your child. You are a failure. You could not fulfill your parents' dream. And now you want your child to fulfill that dream going into IIT. And see, you were a failure because you were an average person. Your child is also average. Don't expect the child to go to IIT. Ask the child what the child wants to do. Okay. In the pursuit of your following your dream of your parents, you completely destroyed your life. You could not do IIT, you could not do anything else. Now you're working in Domino's. So instead of that, you ask the child what the child wants, or you can talk to me. I can probably tell the child what are the options the child should do. Okay, open up the child, right? Don't do the same mistake what parents, your parents have done with you and making your child to work in Domino's. Okay, Veda has asked another interesting story, interesting case. If the How do we know if the child is going through false memory? Okay, so what are the scenarios when someone has a false memory, fabrication of memory? So unless you are assuming that the child has some defect or that someone is intoxicated. Okay, so in alcohol withdrawal also or alcohol intoxication, it happens that there is a fabrication of memory. Okay, fabrication of stories. Children do that. Okay, they create the stories from some movie, from reality, and then they merge it and then produce to you. So you have to identify that part. Okay, so if you identify some similarity between some movie, you can ask, have you watched that movie? Right, then the child will say, yeah, I've watched that movie. Okay, so many of the times, right? There are some children who tend to fabricate the story, and these children are at a risk of delinquency. Okay, what is delinquency? Right, some kind of antisocial behavior when they grow into teenager or adult. Okay, so that can be some petty crime or it can be lying or anything. Okay, so Veda has asked a very interesting question, very important, and it happens, right? But as a counselor, you will trust the child what the child is talking. You cannot say, no, you are lying to me. The child will shut down your meeting and will go to the parents and will say that Didi was very horrible. Okay, right? If the child is able to falsify a story, that child will falsify about you also to the parents. And the parents will call and kill you. Literally kill you actually this time. Okay, if the story is completely fabricated. Right. Anyone who has experience with the child lying, fabricated story. See, lying is a different. Okay, fabricated story means they believe that this happened. They will include some part from the movie, some part from here, some part from comics, and some part from their imagination, and some part reality also. and they put you some story, and that story is better than Avengers movie actually, right? If you make a movie, that will be super hit movie. So has something happened with you, with your own child, okay, or with your client? Write down, or with your school children. So Mrinalini has also asked an interesting question. So there are some situations where children have false memory and they portray their parents as the villains. Okay. See, parents go through a phase. Okay. So adorable parents, villainous parents, and protective parents. Okay. Then good parent. They have the realization that no, parents were good. Okay. Once they become parent, the child becomes parent, right? So now that is a part of the journey. Okay. So you don't want to be villainous. Okay. Or you want to be less villain in their life. This happens when the child becomes teenager. They get into hormonal changes. They are into rebellious behavior. They want to challenge you. They want to challenge the society. Okay. They don't want to restrict themselves to the norms, right? They watch some movies and all those things. So they want to experiment. So you have to be very careful. For that, it is not going to happen at the stage of teenager. It has to happen from the childhood. You have to win the trust of the child. The child should say, my father thinks what is best for me. My mother knows what is best for me, right? So if I need something, if I ask my father, he gives me everything. But he says no to the things which are harmful to me, right? So when you're saying no since childhood, what is the thing? You will explain why no, why this is not good for you. It was your generation when your mother used to like slap you and say, hey, no, get out, go to your room. And you are like, "Oh, okay." But now generation is not like that. You cannot say no. They are like, hey, I'm going to do it. How dare you say that? I'm your mother actually. Yeah, you are my mother, but you cannot control my life. I am going to control my life. Oh my God, Terivana. So the rebellion started. You have to explain them in a friendly way with lot of patience, lot of love, lot of empathy, understanding. Yeah, what you're saying is true actually, and I think you should do this. I also went through the similar scenario. I had done this. Okay, or you give them some tricky solution, right? Like that, your mother called me and she said that you do pee pee in the bed. So you give them some solution. Okay, because when the child is annoyed, she wants to have a fight tomorrow in the class. So you are avoiding a dirty physical fight, right? Okay. So you are going to win, right? Now. So you have to win their trust from the beginning. Okay. Yeah. So if you say that your children are not listening to you, already the time has gone. Yeah, now Suvira has given an interesting part. Like, how do you know the child is falsifying? So the story keeps changing. Simple answer. Or those who written in the below chat, those who are written that I could identify the child is lying or falsifying memory. It means you already identified. Okay. Saranya? No. Saujanya. Ask your husband. Rajendran is your husband? Yeah. So ask him to make your tea. You need it. Yeah. To make the child. How to make the child awareness of responsibility? Saranya has an interesting question. Okay. Let me drink some water now first. I will ask few questions to everyone now. Okay. I'm going to skip directly to the uh, below. Okay. Brindalini has given a very interesting case study. So, if your child cleans a room today Okay, you tell the child, okay, clean your room. After you see that child has cleaned the room, what will you say? What will be your exclamation statement? What will be the statement to the child? Everyone write down. How do you appreciate? The child has cleaned the room, neat and tidy. Once upon a blue moon, today it has come. Mhm. Very good, neat, clean, good, wonderful. Appreciate. The room is very clean. I'm so proud of you. Okay. First, we have to appreciate them. Okay. Good job. Excellent. Thank you, my son. Clap. Okay. Very good. Wow. You are grown up, responsible. Okay. That's a good answer. Your room is cleaner, more cleaner than mine. iPhone is saying that. Who is that iPhone? Okay. Excellent. Keep it up. Giving them the price. Okay. That bribing. Okay. Not bad. Yeah. So that's very good. You know, when you say that, I'm so proud of you. Okay. It means the child is so hopeless that you expect much, much less from the child. And child has done such a marvelous job of cleaning the room that you say, I'm so proud of you. Okay. So you should never do that. Okay. When there is a moment to be proud, that is a segment you should reserve it for. Right. Good. I like it. Okay. Now come, we will cook together. Now come, we will play together. Right? Now come, we will do some assignment together. So you have reduced my workload, you have cleaned your room, it is your responsibility actually, and now you have started taking up. I really like you. Okay. So you are growing up. Or probably it's you have understood that it is your responsibility to do that. Right? I clean my room, you clean your room. We'll do this daily now. You can also come to my room to help me clean up. Actually. So earlier I used to clean your room, and now I shifted you to doing cleaning of my room. Wow. Okay. So and now we can tidy up some kitchen actually, or actually my almirah is like little messed up. Can you and me both? Yeah. So or we do some assignment now, or we play together. What do you want? Okay, so typically the children are children. They are now into cleaning mode. Okay, and they are excited that you appreciated them. They will say that, yeah, I will clean this now. Okay, so if you want, yeah, or you can put it for next day. You can say, okay, for today it's good. You can do it tomorrow. Now it is time for a dinner, or now we need to study. So both of us now that time which I would have wasted in cleaning your room, you have utilized it. Now both of us will study now. I will help you for studies. Even if you are not able to understand what is written in the book of the child, because the syllabus nowadays is completely high. So you can sit with the child. Okay. So and tell them, okay, tell me which is your assignment. This is assignment. Okay. What do you want to start? Instead of telling them what do you want to start, telling them what should they start. You ask them what do you want to start. Okay. Another example of responsibility. Last time I mentioned that you don't wake up your child for the school. Okay. So if you are a mother who's like, hey, wake up, you're going to get late, bus, you will miss the bus and all those things. Yeah, it's good. You miss the bus, you miss the school, you sit at home and scrub the utensils. Good. Okay. You are responsible. It is your life. If you want to earn money, if you want to grow, if you want to compete with other children, you wake up, you go school. Okay. I'm not going to tell you to brush your teeth. I'm not going to tell you to bathe. Right. If you want to go smelling like a pig, you do that. Okay. Right. So if you want to look good, you get ready well and then go. Right. So don't wake up your child in the morning. Right. Don't put the alarm. Tell the child, put the alarm. That is something you can remind initially. After a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, you can stop reminding that also. One day, what will happen? The child will miss the class. It's okay. Okay. And never ever scold the child. No, you have to go to school. I'm going to beat you. You want this. So it is your responsibility that child should go school. So bad. Right? That's where the responsibility starts. Okay. So Ramya's husband tells that she is doing the child labor. Okay, that's great. So he's complimenting you actually. He's appreciating you that you have the skill to get the work done from your child. Wow, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, Parveen saying that Parveen's children themselves directly say to her that, Mama, you are getting the child labor done. Yeah. So you say, yeah, yeah, I like to be get it done. Yeah. Okay. So it's good. So what do you think, that I am your maid? Okay. Or you want a maid mother, right? Okay. It's not my work. See, when you say child labor, yeah, it means I'm getting someone else work done to you and earning money. I'm not sending you to neighbor's home and taking money from the neighbor. I'm telling you, do your own work. Yeah. Cleaning up the room, keeping the whole house clean. It is joint responsibility. I'm not a maid that it is my responsibility only. It is your responsibility. If you want to live like a pig, you are free to do that. I'm telling you how to live responsibly, how to feel happy. Okay. So I will give one example. So my daughter's table used to be messy. Okay. Like clothes, uniform after coming from school, bag, some water bottle, all books hiked up like this, then all the dirt. Every day, every day before we start study, or I also study together, okay, same time. I started with, I want to clean this table, I will feel good. I did not tell her, you clean the table, you will feel good. I say, it is my meditation. If I clean the table, I feel so good. And I don't like this things to be here, right? So have you seen my table? It is very clean. Only one bottle, two mobile, one glass, end. Right? As soon as I finish my coffee, I will remove it. Yeah, today it is there. Yeah. So as soon as I finish my food, I will remove the plate. Right? And I will not keep anything extra on my table. Right? Because it feels good. The positive energy comes. I get more focus. I can work better. Right? And cleaning the table makes meditation. Okay. So I start cleaning the table. Okay. Remove things and start cleaning the table. Okay. You want to help me? So I started with, you want to help me. Okay. Yeah, yeah, obviously. Actually, the child realizes, yeah, it is my table. Papa is cleaning. Actually, why don't I want to help? Yeah, yeah, I want to help. Yeah. So, and then second day onwards, I take a back step. Okay. So I have taken the cloth, okay, tissue paper to clean, and the child also taken. Yeah. I'm doing only this square, okay, small square of the table. The child cleans everything, right? And I'm doing slow work this time, right? Because I want to child to take responsibility and then say, don't you feel good? Yeah. When you're cleaning the table, you feel meditation, right? Do you want to play some music? So my child said that, no, I want to feel meditation. When I'm cleaning the table, I don't want distraction. So I want to feel like I'm doing some meditation. Wow, cleaning the table. And then after cleaning the table, we study. Good. Now make it a habit. After 3, 4 days done, then I told her next level that as soon as you come from school, don't put these things. Okay, put things somewhere, right, at the proper place, or put it down at least. If you don't want to put it in almirah, your bag, put it down. Don't put it on the table. Keep your table clean, right? But now there is a drawback of this problem. Okay, double-edged sword. If someone else keeps something on the table, the child scolds. Yeah, right. So I told her, but it is going to happen that your mother or someone will keep something on the table. That time, don't shout. Yeah. So because it destroys the mood. So you can remove that stuff and start your studies immediately. Yeah. So rather than shouting. Good idea. How many of you liked cleaning the table? How many of you are going to follow that to get your child to clean? Yeah. So I started by cleaning myself, asking for help, getting her to do the work. I'm taking a step back and making sure that every time the table is clean before I start studies. Okay. Yeah. So Ramya can do one more thing. Since her husband is so much into child labor, so she can take fees from her husband. She can say, yeah, yeah, I got your work done. So this is child labor. You pay me money now. Okay. If it does not pay, then it is not a child labor. It is voluntary work. Yeah. So this is how you argue with your, yeah, Ramya. So today she is immediately going to take fees. Okay. Good. Very good. Yeah. What was the today's topic? Another thing, opening up the, okay, adult. So there was a question how to, now when you have the child, so we understood what are the things you should do to open up the child. On the channel, you will watch the video. There are two videos of history taking. Today, I have shared you already the link in the today's message. Both the videos, there are some ice-breaking questions to open up adult. Okay. To open up an adult, another way is 4-4-3-5-2 or rectangle breathing. So rectangle breathing calms them down. They become less overwhelmed. Okay. And it opens up. Don't start with, tell me what is the problem going on. Hey, you are not a magician to resolve the problem. Okay. Start with, tell me something about your qualification. How's your background? How's your work? Where do you work? Okay. Someone may say, I'm into IT. Yeah. So which company you're working? What is your profile? So you say, wow, good profile. So how many years it takes to reach this profile? What is the qualification is required? So what you're doing is you are acting as like you don't know anything. I want to learn from you. Yeah. So they know how they are reach this profile. Okay. So that is the easiest way to do. Okay. Then tell me something about your family life. Then they are like, yeah, one child, one mother, one father, and one this. Okay, one wife. Yeah. So one wife. Yeah. You want second wife? So then they are like, yeah, I wish second wife. So tell me what is the reason? Yeah. So, or if someone is like, then ask, how was your marriage? When did you get married? Then love marriage, arranged marriage. Okay. How have the things? Okay. Right. Don't ask this stupid question like, is your spouse supportive to you? Is your spouse good? Yeah. So those are like judgmental questions. Yeah. Don't ask. Okay. How much you're involved in the child? Okay. Now tell me what is going on in your life. Tell me your story. Right. So when you say that, tell me your story, that breaks the ice. Okay. When you ask them about their family, right? When you ask them about their job, that breaks the ice. More ice breaking questions are in the video of history taking. There are two videos on history taking. Okay. So iPhone has asked a question that she has a friend who has a maid of the same age group as her child, and her reaction for both are different. Okay, and that confuses the child. How should it be tackled? Okay, so you will need to give more examples. Then, depending on those examples, we will tell that you should tackle it accordingly. Either way, you need to educate your own child. Okay, that why I expect you to study and why I don't expect the maid to study. Okay. Because now another example is why I expect you to, why I scold you or why I improvise you as compared to other child. Okay. So this is a very common question. How many of you have felt this? That your child is, Mama, you scold me, Papa, you scold me only, and you are not correcting that other child, you are not telling that other. That is a common problem you are facing. Yeah. So you tell the child, if the other child does mistake, okay, if the other child turns out to be a bad human being, bad child, bad adult, I don't care. Yeah. I care for you. I love you. I'm your father. I'm your mother. It is my duty to correct you. I became a good human being because I was corrected by my parents at the right time. So it is my duty to identify what is the mistake and to correct you. I'm your well wisher. I'm not your enemy. I'm not here to find your fault. I'm here to tell you what are the mistakes and to improvise on that. Right. Among the sibling comparisons. So you have to be fair with the siblings. Okay. So there are many videos you watch, adult child, middle child, and a younger child, how you behave. So don't do that. Okay. So you have to be fair with all the children. Okay. You cannot expect one child to study and other child to play with the video games. Right. You have to maintain the same rule. Okay. We'll talk on sibling rivalry and all that some other time. Okay. But the most commonly the children are like, okay, that uncle's child, you did not say anything, or the visitor child, you did not say anything. Okay. You're only correcting me. Okay. So all those things. But there is a double, this is a double-edged sword. Okay. Now I will give one example. Your child, other child is fighting. The other child is your guest. So you want to appear goody goody in front of other child. So you scold your child, even if you know that other child is mistaken. That is wrong. You don't do that. You don't want to appear goody goody in front of other child. You don't want to appear goody goody in front of your friend guest. You want to be goody goody in front of your child actually. Okay. You don't want to be monster with your child and goody goody with the external child. Okay. So you tell them, hey, this is wrong. Don't do this. Okay. The friends, the guest child, the parents will realize that what kind of behavior is this? If you go to someone else's house, you behave wrong and you get scolding from their host. So your behavior is wrong. I'm not going to scold my child just because you are a guest. Right? If you do a mistake, if you are behaving erratic, or if you are troubling my child, I'm going to tell you, hey, don't do this wrong. Behave properly. You are friends. Play with friends. Okay? Yeah? Maybe you have a polite way to say, listen, that is wrong. Don't do that. Behave properly. Okay? See, she is being good. You also being good. Right? Play properly now. Okay? If you trouble her more, I will remove you from the game. Be upfront. You don't want to become that monster where you are protecting other child and you are like scolding, hey, you are the wrong thing, and the child is rebellious now. The child is fighting with you. Has it happened to you? Yeah, write down if it has happened with you, that you protected someone else, and now you will not do that. So you are going to go to your child's room today and then tell, yeah, that was my mistake. Next time I will support you actually. Special scenarios are always going to happen. Yeah. So Shalu has asked an interesting question. Okay. So with some of you, it has happened when you were a child, huh? Your mother used to scold you and other child got protected or favor treatment. Yeah. So now Shalu has asked a very interesting question. Okay. The guest child is now a special child. Okay. So here you cannot probably reprimand the child. So you can look to the parents. The parents may realize that there is some mistake their child has done without saying things. They will take care. Second thing, you educate your child that that child has that nature or the child behaves like that. Okay, we will try to avoid playing with that child, or we will try to behave accordingly, or we try to change that behavior. If the behavior of that special child is not acceptable towards your child, you tell your child, don't play. You don't want to harm your child to have that manage the special child of someone else. Okay, or you say the child that you know that child behaves. So now you modify your behavior like this. In life, you are going to meet different kind of people. Okay. When you grow up, you go to college, you go to school, all different kind of children are going to be there in the school. When you do a job, all different kind of people are there. You need to learn to manage them. Okay, diplomatically. You cannot hit them. You cannot beat this child. Okay, you manage diplomatically. And if you cannot manage, it is better that you separate out. It is better that you don't play with that particular child. Yeah, what Karthik has done. Very good. Very good, Haripriya. That's a good approach. Yeah. So your first responsibility towards your child, not the guest child. Just a second. Sejal is asking an interesting question. Nowadays, child says that we are maids to do the cleaning work. How to tackle? Tell them you are not maid. I am not your maid. I am not going to do it. If you want to live like a pig in dirty room, you are free to do. It is your responsibility to do the cleaning. And cleaning your room doesn't mean you are a maid. I will give you one example. Okay. Have you visited any store? Okay. Any restaurant? When the waiter does not clean the table properly, the owner will come and clean the table. The owner is not below the waiter. The owner is the owner actually, right? In some restaurants, the waiter does not clean the table because the waiter does not clean sweep the room because that will spoil their hands. They have to serve the food. So the managers sweep the room. That doesn't mean the manager is a laborer or a sweeper, right? So we are the owner of this house. We are cleaning the room to make ourselves feel good. That is not maid's work. It is a maid's work if I tell you go to the neighbor's house and clean their room, house. Yeah. You are cleaning your own. How many of you like this? If you think that Sejal's child will improve after this. So you are educating. That's a gap of education now. Correct. Tina has given a very good solution. So that's what is mentioned in the book here. So in this book, in the chapter of autism, it is mentioned, right? How, if you have a child who is autistic, okay, how you will educate other children and other parents and the teachers of the child of the school children or the other children living in the apartment to assimilate your child in the group so that they behave sensitively with your child. Okay. Okay. Fine. I clean the table. Even if as a guest, I go to a restaurant. So after eating, I take paper napkin. I don't like that dirt. Probably OCD, you can say. Yeah, actually. So I take paper napkin and clean the table completely. So sometimes my child used to ask, Papa, why you are cleaning this table? So I say, because we are going to sit here for longer time and I want to feel clean. There is nothing wrong if I clean the table. Okay, the waiter is going to come, it's okay. But I feel satisfaction in cleaning this table. So I'm going to do, right? Like we clean your table at home, right? And when I clean my table, I feel satisfied. So they realize that, okay, cleaning table makes you satisfied. So they go home, clean their study table then. Oh, wow, good Aparna. OCD, all are in the same boat, OCD boat. Okay, okay, very good, very good. So the OCD is a double-edged sword, huh? So now it is a good idea. Now the positive reaction of OCD is you clean the table yourself. The negative reaction is you shout at the waiter, hey, what are you doing? You are not clean the table. So that is a negative reaction. Okay. So you educate when you get an OCD client, you have to educate both the ways, positive ways and the negative ways. And tell them that take more of positive ways. Yeah. Very good. Very good. And if you want a clean table, that doesn't mean you have diagnosis of OCD. Okay. That's also, yeah. Yes, very good. Tina has said that. Okay, exact same segment in different wordings. Very good. No, it is not serious. So Dr. Athena has written OCD is a serious mental condition. No, it is not serious mental condition. It is not a mental condition. Okay. OCD is a condition which can be managed. You can live with that very functional life. Okay. Steve Jobs had OCD and Apple is the most valuable company in the world, even after Steve Jobs has gone, right? Because he created Apple because of his OCD. Okay. Many successful people, they have OCD. It's good condition actually. It's a gift. If you read the book, you will identify how OCD is a gift. Yeah. Yeah. OCD is different from cleanliness. Correct. That's the correct segment. Yes. Okay. Anyone has any questions? So today we have learned some of the positive reaction, negative reactions for the child and adolescent. Okay. We have learned how to open up the child. Okay. How to break the ice of the child. Break the ice between the child and you. Okay. So to make the child talk to you, then how to break the ice between the adult, how to make the adult talk to you. Okay. There is one more way, right? So if you ask what are your symptoms, now sometimes the relatives they come the third way. I'm telling you, it works for all age groups. Now there are some relatives. The relatives come up with a say that this is a diagnosis. It's already done by a counselor or a psychiatrist, or they know the symptom. They have googled it. So you also know from the book. You know what are the diagnostic symptoms of those conditions. Okay. what the client is going through. You know that. So what you will do, you will take a paper. Okay. You make clouds. You make clouds in the paper or circles, right? In those circles, you write all the symptoms, signs, what is the emotional turbulence they are going to face if someone is in depression, right? Okay. So you make a paper, circle it, you write all the signs, symptoms, and what are the emotional turbulence a client is going to go through when someone is having depression, right? Then you discuss with the client, you put it this paper in front of the client and say tick mark. Okay. If it is a child, you can say color. Whichever you think that is happening with you, you color. You can make this with your own language. You like this idea? If you like this idea, write it down. Yeah. So this is called bubble. Okay. So word bubble. Okay. So in word bubble, you can use any kind of phrase or any word, right? It can be a layman. Don't become so scientific. Insomnia. Okay, don't do that. Yeah. So they don't know, poor person, what is insomnia. So you write loss of sleep, more sleep, unable to fall asleep. All three things you write. Okay. Waking up early, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Okay. Then less food, more sweet craving, not combing hair, not having bath, not starting your video during the class, not asking questions, doing some stupid things in the chat. Okay. So getting removed from the course, right? All those symptoms are depression symptoms. Okay. Feeling hopelessness, feeling lonely, not doing your work. Okay. All those things. Irritable, fighting with the husband, fighting with the managers, fighting at the workplace, fighting everywhere, scolding children, beating children. So you write all those things. Okay. Right. And tell them that tick mark the bubbles. Right. If it is a child, you can say that paint the bubbles, tick mark the bubble. So you are engaging the child. Okay. So, and while the child is, if someone is tick, allow them to tick mark everything. Then you ask, if you want more history, then you can ask some examples. Okay. Right. Or you understand now from this, the way they open up. So don't forget to add not combing their hair, not brushing their teeth, not getting up from the bed. Yeah. Not having a bath, not starting video in the class, Monday class. So make sure you write all these points, yeah, so that you understand the severity of it. A hopeless depression versus a minor depression, yeah, seasonal depression, right, or continuous depression, depression because of marriage, depression because of girlfriend, boyfriend, breakup, exam, all those things, yeah. So it's okay, rather, don't worry. Yeah. So you like this third idea, yeah, of bubble. Okay, so it's called the bubble. Okay, so what you will do is, whenever I say bubble worksheets, you create bubble worksheet for each condition, right? And now how to create that bubble worksheet? Each condition, yeah. So I have some students, those who are like, sir, I have received the book 2 weeks ago. Okay, good. And you're telling me now. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, you do one thing, you talk to me next week. Before you talk to me, read 20 pages. Because, hopeless student. So 20 pages in a week, that is a realistic expectation. 2 weeks already gone, not opened the book. And after third week, now I'm talking and, how is the book? Sir, I have not started. Uh, you are my favorite. I don't scold them. I say, you are my favorite student, Yeah. Because you are not a backbencher. You are sitting in a completely different class. Behind the wall, you are sitting. And you're not open the book also. So it means you are not going to ask me any questions in next 6 months. I like you. You are the less troubled child. It's okay. You continue. Okay. And next time when you call me, before that, you have to read half the book. So you will never ever call me. Get out. Yeah. So that's other way to say, yeah, now onwards, you will not call me. Okay. So, right. All those people who read the book, what is their comment? Write down in the chat. How's the book? Don't writing one word good, very good. I don't like that. Okay. So write some love letter kind of thing that I like the book. I read the stories to my children. And there are some MSc people, PhD people, they are at 15, 20 book. And they say that, so this book actually gives the real counseling how to conduct in the chamber with the client. Okay. So this book does not include theories of counseling and models of counseling. Hey, get out. No one cares about that. Okay. So actually, what we care is five things: diagnostic symptoms, how to talk to the client, how to counsel them, how to manage them, what are the tips you should give, what are the medicines and side effects. And number six, a secret segment, you said the kind, how to retain the client. Very good. So learn few terminology, that is a good start. Very good. Informative, practical at same time at the point. Yeah, to the point. Click. Every sentence is important and practical. Very good. Very simple to understand. Practical book, motivational, eagerly waiting. This book has everything a counselor needs to learn and understand. While reading, it's so much information. Stories are more useful. You can read the stories to your child, or if you are a teacher, you can read the stories to your school children. If you go for some presentation, you can use these stories in your presentation and write a tribute the book. Okay. If you want to conduct some workshop, okay, you can take the content from the book and you can give the attribution. Okay. You cannot do the same with the marriage counseling book. Okay. So marriage counseling book, you cannot conduct workshop. Okay. Very interesting to read, to tell the stories. For a non-doctor person also, it is very informative and starts from basic, goes to the good level. I like the stories, suitable, excellent to each religious text. Very good, Barka. Okay. So I have not included, there are some stories which are very close to my heart. Okay. Like Priyatam, the story. I will tell sometime. Huh? So there is a story, the Priyatam. Then who is your good devotee? So there are some religious stories I have not included. Stories I have included is very secular. Yeah. Very useful information, practical tips, increases confidence, realistic. Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. And all those people who are not written anything on this, you know what is your diagnosis. Okay. Don't feel so bad. Don't feel that you are depressed person. Don't feel. You should feel good that you are hopeless. Yeah. And even if you're hopeless, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You know, when you acknowledge that you're hopeless, then you stay happy. Yeah. So on the last page of the book, I have written that. Yeah. So has anyone read that statement? Don't feel bad. Know that you're hopeless and be happy. Yeah. So are you the chosen one? Yeah. So Jen, I like that. Okay. Very good. So similarly, the chosen one starts from the beginning. Okay. Are you the chosen one? And near the end, last 5 pages of the book, I have written how to diagnose yourself that you're a hopeless person and how to stay happy if you diagnose that. So that secret I have given you. Don't feel bad if you're hopeless. That's a blessing actually. Okay. Very good. Very interesting, practical, easy to understand. We'll get the curiosity to read the next page. Yes. So that's good. Okay. So nice of you, Saranya. Oh, so nice, Saranya. Amazing book and mentor. So nice. The book feels like a friend is talking to you. Okay. So when you read this book, you read it from page one. Okay. So that you get a connection with the author and it feels like author is now talking to you. Oh my God, what is going to come next? Right. So I have read the story. Now in that story, what is linked? Okay. What is the next chapter linked? And every time I'm reading, it feels like I need to finish this chapter. Okay. I cannot slave. Okay. So that's good. Finish the book in 20, 30 days, first reading, and second reading, you can go slow. Yep. Very good. Living Soulful book. Wow. Manju, that's great. Inside the box thinking. That story, Remma liked it. Okay. Very good. Okay. Very good. Very good, Arya. So first you finish this book, then go to the child book. And if you are taking marriage counseling, then go to the marriage. Okay. So marriage new batch is going to start from Diwali. Right. In that you learn 20 relationship tests. Right. Don't watch Sas Bahu serial and counselor, marriage counselor client. Yeah. You do relationship test, very scientific. Respect, trust, anger, stonewalling, criticism, compatibility law. So there is a test for each of them. Okay. These are copyright content. When you run the test, you identify what is the problem between the couple, then you solve the problem with the use of couple activities. There are 2 videos on the channel for a sample for that. Short stories are excellent. Very good. Okay, should we end for today? Or you want to continue? You are like, sir, this is a time when we escape from our mundane life and we get to entertain ourselves for 1 hour in every week. We want you to continue talking. Yeah, we'll continue talking more next session. You can watch the same recording again on channel. There are more recordings on the channel. Next time when you fight with your spouse, don't fight like an old person. Fight like a psychology counselor. So you will keep quiet, read the book, find out what is the diagnosis of your spouse, then write on the piece of paper his name, her name, whatever, and the diagnosis symbol you will write triangle and write the diagnosis and give it to them. And then you say that it's okay, I'm not fighting with you because I understand schizophrenia or something horrible, that thing. Then client says that you also have some disease. Yeah. Say that I have a blessings of OCD. Yeah. I have a good condition. So whatever good conditions you label yourself, all bad conditions you label to your correct. Very good. So all those spouse, those who are listening background, they are going to clean their room. They are going to cook food for you today because they know you have become very powerful now. You don't fight with your mouth. You don't fight with your hands. You fight psychological warfare like a psychology counselor. Yeah. Thank you. Saujanya, okay, she's applying marriage counseling book in her life. Wow, good. Yes. So we'll meet again. So after 50% of the clients in counseling business, you will find marriage clients. Okay, because 90% of emotional turbulence problems they come because of marriage. So don't miss that batch. Right? I will give you live clients to practice. Those who are doing marriage counseling course, they get to practice and use our copyright test on the live clients. That's how they learn. In addition to the class, obviously. Yeah. So you get lifetime access to those tests and couple activities. Yeah. So if you are interested, you can talk to me tomorrow. My timing is Monday to Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. Okay. If you have any emergency in the middle of the night, visit your nearest hospital. Don't WhatsApp me. Okay. So 1 to 5 p.m. you can WhatsApp me and then call. Yes. Malvika asked, does marriage counseling help the couple as parents too? Yeah, if you don't fight with your spouse, right? It helps parents too. Yes. And if you solve your problems, if you solve couple problem, they can have a better upbringing of the child, right? And next time, like as a psychology counselor, how you are going to fight with your spouse. Don't fight like lame person. Yeah. Okay. You can tell him that your mother called and she said that till the time you were 10 years of age, you used to do pee in the bed, and he's going to really cry. Okay. Try this with your husband tonight. Okay. I'm going to get so many calls tonight, all the husbands in the market. Thank you, everyone. Have a great time. Bye. I have all the sympathies with you. Don't cry. Okay. Be a good person. Yeah. Bye. This I told to your husband. Have a great time. Bye bye.